Motor unit, alpha motor neuron and all the extrafusal fibers it innervates. Okay, so let's start with, before you can think about what motor units are, you have to know what alpha motor neurons are. Okay, so alpha motor neurons are nerve cells that send information to muscle fibers. Okay, so alpha motor neurons, then by definition, are what type of fibers? Afferent or efferents? They're efferent, right? Because they're motor, they are taking information from the central nervous system out to the periphery, in this case to a muscle. Okay, so they're going to be efferent fibers. So where are they located? These little dots are our alpha motor neurons. Okay, and they are nerve cells that have long axons, so hopefully by way of review, we have, here's your basic nerve cell with what? Cell body. You have dendrites on this side, and you have axons on this side. Dendrites generally obtain information from other nerve cells, and axons do what? Send information out to other nerve cells. And the integrator here is the cell body. That's where a decision is made. Okay, so this is what you can think of an alpha motor neuron looks like. Just a basic nerve cell. Those are located in the anterior portion of your spinal cord. Okay, so if you have a spinal cord and you cut it in half, the front side towards your stomach is what? The anterior side, and the posterior side is what? The back. Okay, your dorsal side. Okay, so your sensory information always comes in the back of your spinal cord if you divide your spinal cord in front and back half. So sensory comes in the posterior side. Motor goes out the anterior side. So you have alpha motor neurons, these nerve cells, sitting around in the anterior portion of your spinal cord. So they're located in the anterior, what's known as anterior horns, but we don't worry about those details. So here we have these nerve cells, and alpha motor neuron, the nerve cell, its axon that goes to what? Extrafusal fibers of your muscle. What are extrafusal fibers? Okay, extrafusal fibers are the muscle fibers that we think of as making up our muscle. Okay, when you say make a muscle, what are you getting? You're getting contraction of extrafusal fibers. Just as a point of reference, you have what are known as intrafusal fibers also inside your muscle. But the bulk of your muscle is what are known as extrafusal fibers. So what I have is an alpha motor neuron that when it becomes excited, it sends information to these extrafusal fibers and excites the extrafusal fibers. When I excite an extrafusal fiber, what's going to happen? What are the consequences of exciting extrafusal fibers?
Contraction.
Right, so you get muscle contraction. Okay, and so hence I can make a muscle. Okay, so alpha motor neurons sit here in the spinal cord. Their axons go to extrafusal fibers, eventually causing contraction. So what's a motor unit? Okay, we take that alpha motor neuron and add into the package the extrafusal fibers that are associated with that particular alpha motor neuron. Each alpha motor neuron ends up activating or exciting a certain number of muscle fibers. Okay, and so the motor unit is that alpha motor neuron and all the extrafusal fibers that it innervates. And so innervates a word, basically it supplies neural information to. Okay, so innervate, supply neural information to. In this case, we're always talking about what? Excitatory information. The job of the alpha motor neuron is to excite muscle fibers, hopefully causing a contraction.